Let's talk about what's going on from an astrological perspective with the stock market and RobinHood and GameStop and all that shit. There's a whole lot to unpack here, so just bear with me. I'm going to break it down step by step. Let's start with the Mars and Uranus conjunction that happened in Taurus on January 20th. So what do we know about Mars? Mars is the planet of action and drive and aggression and sex. And basically, Mars doesn't care if you're working out, fighting, or fucking as long as action is taking place in some form. And then we have Uranus. Uranus is the planet of sudden change and rebellion and revolution and outsiders and also technology. So this is all taking place in the sign of Taurus. And fun fact, these planets have not conjuncted in that sign since 1942. So it's kind of cool. Taurus energy by itself is pretty chill and relaxed until it's provoked. And then, being the bull, it's going to come at you like the fucking matador with a little red cape thingy. Taurus also rules the second house. The second house is our personal values and personal resources and things that we hold very near and dear to us. It's very much I need, I want, etc. It also rules our early childhood. So here we have this very triggering event involving outsiders and technology and money and revolution and GameStop and other nostalgic throwback companies from the early childhood. So now this energy is being triggered in a very Taurian, steady, relentless, enduring, #hold the line, #eat the rich kind of way. Taurus is also ruled by Venus, so now we need to look and see what's going on with Venus. Venus is over at another section of the chart in the sign of Capricorn, where on the 28th of January it formed a conjunction with Pluto. Pluto rules the underworld. It's Hades in Greek mythology, and it's transformation and destruction and loss. It's underground things bringing secrets to the surface and revealing them and forcing this deep, profound change in either a person or a structure or an organization or whatever it is. It's like if you have tooth decay, for instance, and you just let it go and you let it go and you let it go, then that tooth abscesses. And if you don't pull that out, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It has to be removed. So what does Capricorn represent? It's structure and authority and wealth and rules and establishments and the upper class. It's also career and success and the public image. Venus in Capricorn is a little bit more serious and somber than Venus in other signs. It wants us to look at our finances. It establishes relationships with coworkers or other people that are supporting our ambitions. So now our angry, fired up group of rebels and outsiders is revolutionizing and fundamentally breaking down and transforming financial institutions with their underground group of associates by means of technology and investing in the nostalgic companies of their childhood. But wait, there's more. We have to go back and look again at Uranus and Mars, which are also being squared by Jupiter and the Sun, who are conjuncting in the sign of Aquarius. Jupiter is beliefs and idealism and cosmic law and order in a karmic way. Jupiter is also the planet of expansion, and anything it touches, it's going to increase. That could be wealth. It could also be tumors. It really depends on how it's aspected. Jupiter moved into the sign of Aquarius in December, where it was previously concerned with goals and increasing success, where it was in Capricorn. Now in Aquarius, it's concerned with increasing fairness. Aquarius, which is co-ruled by Uranus, is about humanitarianism and the collective and science and, again, technology. So Jupiter here is going to expand the movement and expand the collective people involved and expand the resources. Its high ideals want to restructure the ethical code of these institutions in a way that is more inclusive. The Sun is the ego and the purpose and also kings and rulers. The ruler of Leo, which is a very royal sign, and the fifth house, which is our passions and creativity and fun and also gambling in the stock market. We think of Leo as being very showy and egocentric and is on the opposite side of the zodiac wheel from Aquarius in the 11th house, the collective. That big, beautiful full moon we had last night happened in the sign of Leo, exactly opposite of the sun, where it is conjuncting with Jupiter. Full moons always represent the end of one cycle and the beginning of another one. The Sun and Jupiter have their own cycle as well, and the conjunction signifies the beginning of that. The seeds planted during this conjunction will be ready for harvest around the end of August if you would like to watch how that cycle plays out in real time. Before the Sun conjuncts with Jupiter, though, it combusts. Combustion is what occurs anytime a planet gets a little bit too close to the Sun or around the beginning of the conjunction, and basically it just means that the Sun is burning out all of the energies of that planet. This often manifests in the death of things associated with that planet, which can be ideas or structures or literal people. For example, Saturn and the Sun formed a conjunction last week, and when Saturn was combust, we saw the death of Larry King. So in this instance, we would be looking for the death of things that were associated with Jupiter. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and guess what chart has more planets in Sagittarius than any other sign? The New York Stock Exchange. Not saying that we're going to see the literal death of Wall Street from this, but it is interesting. In addition, anytime the Sun and Jupiter come together, there's always a theme of evaluating what no longer serves us and what has outgrown its purpose. In the sign of Aquarius, it might be what's collectively outgrown its purpose. Currently, we're seeing this playing out in the vantage point change regarding the stock market. What used to be something that was only for the rich or elite, and it was so difficult to get into, now we're seeing everybody involved. We're seeing it being democratized for the people. We're seeing a literal cryptocurrency that was made from a meme taking off. The Occupy Wall Street movement tried for years to do what these subredditors did in just a matter of a few days. And I believe that although there is going to be pushback from the powers that be and the man and the system and whatnot, as more of the outer planets continue to move into Aquarius, we're going to continue to see these themes of breaking down old structures and authorities for the benefit of the collective. We're going to see more activism and more people rising up, and science and technology and inclusivity being heralded rather than hated. And that's exciting, but we also have to be aware of the potential dark side of that movement as well. To be careful as individuals not to be so caught up in the movement and the wave that we're crushed beneath it. So that's my personal interpretation of the events. I'd love to know your thoughts on it. If you are also a student of astrology and see something that I may have missed, please let me know, and I'll talk to y'all next time.